Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Daniel, once again, will be taking his time getting over here.
Because he loves to slow walk.
Yeah, Hello.
Who said that?
That is JD, if I remember correctly. We do have chat here, so if I'm looking over, that is what I'm looking at. I'm trying to see if anyone's typing anything, so I can respond.
Everybody.
Let's go.
Well, so I think to start the podcast, first things first, we got the audio fixed.
Yeah.
After like 7 of our lunches got taken up, but it's fixed. So
yeah. So at first we were going to try and do it the way we were doing it, but I couldn't figure it out. So we have this set up. They still have their mic stand, but it's only one because we only have 2 of these mics. I'm most likely a lot louder because, well, I don't know how to turn down the sensitivity.
So, that mic is directly at my mouth.
I know. We know it is. So Mason setting up the mics, how did that go? I think
so,
you have a story for that.
My hat setup was super easy. That is one of these small mics, which they're about that big. And hold on, let me get mine back up. It's rubber band to it, and these clips are they have a lot of friction. So I scraped my knuckles taking off that clip, and now my knuckle is bleeding. But not my problem. We are not going to slow down there.
Yeah. Mason has a thing for getting injured in the dumbest ways possible. Let's talk about the story about how you broke your toe.
Which one? Which toe? Okay, do we start chronological order or the funny one first?
Let's do chronological.
Okay, so JD is saying it's glitching on his end. Do we just leave it?
Keep going with the story. I'll be back.
All right, we're going to keep talking while he leaves.
Yeah.
It's your story, so I get to tell it. We haven't...
What?
Yeah, I'm telling your story.
No, chronological order first. You weren't there.
Oh, yeah, you do that one and then I'll do the second one.
So we had a water wars at our church. And my mother had told me to go throw something away. So I turn around. I start walking full stride. I had no shoes on because, well, we're playing in water. And I absolutely drill my foot into this cooler. And I break the toe right next to my pinky toe. At first, the toe was kind of curved. It's straight now. I don't know how we did this. We did it, though. Yeah. Are you really wanting to tell?
Yes, I'm wanting to tell.
Okay.
So, this was actually in the fall. We had invented our little own. Whoa, sorry, stroke out moment. We had invented a little game of volleyball where you can let it bounce once because we suck at sports. So we're playing. This guy over here has the bright idea to kick the ball back to us, but of course, he has to show off. So he does a little run, and he goes to kick it.
And in run, you mean like 3 steps?
Yes, because he does like this little thing where he like bounces as he runs.
Okay, listen here. I'm a lot of person. I'm just going to bounce. But when I had kicked it, the ball was like way over here, and I'm over here. So I go and try and kick it diagonally and put all my weight on one foot. Turns out it wasn't on one foot, it was on one toe. And I broke my big toe doing that. Both of them I did not go to the hospital for because they're just going to put a brace on it. And they were both curved, and now they're both straight.
They're crooked.
So I'm planning on breaking the rest of my toes so that I can have normal toes. I really don't know really why we started talking about my toes on this podcast. I feel
well,
Please don't post messages.
I'm just going to keep my feet below the screen. Yeah.
Yeah, only the followers get to see that.
No one's buying my toes. No one at all.
Fine. All right. Any questions? I'm trying to think what else happened this week. Oh, I started designing a website, which was not really too fun. Not at all. Now, granted, I'm not doing coding. I'm not that advanced. It was just simple off like GoDaddy or something like that, which that took a bit of getting used to, but it's the same as just a PowerPoint. It really is. If you can do PowerPoint, you can do any sort of GoDaddy easy website building.
Yeah, honestly, most websites now, they kind of just walk you through it. Like, I went on this resume website to just see if I could, and it's like, oh, well, you did volunteering. Here's like a list of stuff you could have been doing. I'm like, that one there, and then it's like, well, we're going to suggest a couple stuff to like make it look fresher, and it's like, so now you're good at team building. Not really. I'm really not. It also said I communicate very well when if something's going on, I look at Daniel, point at him, grunt, and he somehow understands. So I guess we're good at communicating.
Yeah, that's exactly how. Yeah,
Hey,
we got to that point.
That's what a lot of pre-podcast setup looks like. Is just me and him grunting back and forth.
That or just really intense eye contact where their eyes are like that, like extremely wide.
I've had whole conversations with just looking at somebody.
Yeah, very meaningful conversations.
Very meaningful. They're about to decline of the Roman Empire.
Oh, what? Do not remember that one.
History of all that. Yeah, go down order by order. Anything interesting happened to y'all this past week, or I don't know? Let's do like month because
Last
we're gonna have
month.
these two
So,
coming.
start of February.
Let's go start of February.
Finally booked an appointment for me to go get the written driver's test
Oh,
on the 21st.
That's
I've
cool.
not done that yet.
Y'all are going to need to. My say is 3 weeks in advance because they book quickly. The closest I could get was on my birthday
That's
in
what I plan to
Lexington,
do.
and I'm not going to Lexington. Instead, I'm going south, London.
Have you already been studying
I
for
think
it?
more.
I've been taking tests and scoring above 80.
Me
So
too.
it's kind of funny to just watch that.
I think you can miss like up to 8 questions on the test.
Yeah, and you'll still be able to pass.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
Huh. I
So
need
like
to look at that.
37, 40 questions.
the ones I've been taking are 30 questions.
So is like one of the questions like, okay, on the left side there's someone's old grandma, on the right side there's a
No,
infant.
no, it's not a which
which
one.
way
it's
do you
not-
go?
No, okay. It's like okay, so you're going up the road, and there's a car in front of you. It's over a hill, but the lines say you're allowed to pass. Do you pass? Well, correct answer is no, because it's a blind spot. Someone could be coming. You could get in a head-on collision. Third person could somehow get involved.
What's life without fun?
We're not going to hurt somebody, Daniel.
Anyways.
Hold on.
Well, I almost had like a full-on panic attack this week. I am taking a college class,
Oh.
and I had just checked my grades like a few days ago, and the first thing that popped up was 39.97%. I almost lost my mind. And I scrolled down and I saw the actual grades, and it was just a completion thing. So
Oh my goodness.
yeah, you just have your volume full on up right at that microphone.
Yeah, sorry, I was checking to make sure everything was working.
Yeah,
So far, we're still up, which is kind of cool.
yeah, not kicked off yet. Probably
No.
planning on it soon.
JD is thing stream fixed. I went over there and it said everything was still 100, so I don't really know if your phone or something is having some trouble.
It could have been him, could have been us.
Could've
There
been
are
a
other
little bit
people in the
everything.
building, and we ain't got the best.
Yeah. But so anything else? I know I've been taking that dual enrollment class. I'm doing communications, which I really need because
You
I'm
don't
really
communicate
bad
well.
at one-on-one conversations. Give me a group and I can talk for
Days.
hours, literally hours, probably days. But
Days.
give me one-on-one conversations, man, they're rough.
Yeah.
They're really rough. That's why secret of bad communication skill. I've learned this. Just find something to do while you're talking.
Yeah.
Video games, things like that. I don't care
We-
for video games, but I care for.
Altogether, we've probably walked, 10 miles? And just along the little side conversations.
I mean, we used to just go outside and just shoot basketball. I hate
Well,
basketball
He'd
But I would
shoot
just do it.
basketball, and I'd stand there at the base of the goal, return the ball.
because it was giving communication skills.
You're about 5 seconds away from knocking me out just now, and they saw that on camera.
Yeah,
No.
hitting people is bad, Mason.
Well, I learned that. I'm not
Quick life.
weird.
Home
videos, shorts,
live.
live posts. Bottom.
Left.
Yep.
Bottom.
Keep going. Yep.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
We're helping him out. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, I'm not. He's tech support for YouTube. I got Twitch, but turns out today I'm doing both.
Yeah, we're up on both.
There we go.
We were having two. I'm checking the chat. YouTube every once in a while.
Okay, good, because I did not see you, and I thought I had to do all the work, and I was about to get kind of mad.
No, I've been watching. And the whole 2 viewers we got. Thank you though for keeping on.
Hello, both of yous on YouTube. And still our one viewer on Twitch.
Yeah. I don't know who that one viewer is. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks.
So, topic of the day. Those that saw the title, we're going to go ahead and get into this.
Oh, great. I gotta get situated and buckle up.
I'm just here.
Buckle your seatbelts, y'all. If you haven't heard the story, it's a fun one. I expect most of y'all to hear this. This is a pretty famous story as aliens and all that go. Yeah, it's about aliens. Who here is familiar with Indrid Cold?
No.
Have any of y'all heard this before?
I have not, no.
Oh, but we should all know it. Please do.
Yeah, yeah. It's the most common alien story. I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot, bud.
I have too. Really? You haven't heard this one?
No.
Okay.
I mean, so I might not know it by the way you're calling it, but if you go along with it, I might know it.
The Smiling Man?
No.
Wait.
That
Okay,
sound.
wait. That sounds not.
It sounds familiar,
alien.
but I don't know the story by like off topic.
Okay, so in 1966, this man's name, I have to look at it because I don't know how to pronounce it. Woodrow Durningberg.
Yeah.
Where I'm called Woodrow, Mr. Woodrow. So he was a sewing machine salesman, and he lived in West Virginia and was in Ohio, and he was coming home from a day's trip when, while he was driving, there was like lights going back in the back of the car. He thought it was like police or something. So he pulled over and he stopped it, and then he sees a aircraft come by, and it stops, and a man walks out, and he said this was the weirdest thing. The man had pretty tan skin, looked like your average person, nothing really too odd about him, except for one thing. He's smiling. It's just a...
Can you believe that? He's smiling.
But-
He's happy.
The thing is, he was speaking to him telepathically. So
like he's just constantly full
Yeah,
teeth
he said-
grin.
it was
but-
really unnerving him because he was just and just talking to him constantly, and he
I
was
would
like bright white
scared.
teeth. He was kind of just, he didn't really know what to think about, and so he was trying to get adjusted to that. And the guy comes up to him and pretty much is like, "Hey, why are you afraid?" Of course, giving the obvious answer, he talks for a bit, and this story is often tied with like the Mothman stories, which I really hope you all have heard about the Mothman.
Know the Mothman.
'Cause that's even more famous. And it was really weird because the guy would talk to him, and kind of, I don't know if you would say became his friend, but he kept coming back to him on like that same road. And the guy went on an interview, and everyone thought he was like crazy, all that, and all the stories still checked out. Everything seemed the same. His physician was like, "All right, let's run some tests on you to make sure you're like not belong in the, what do they call it, the cuckoo bin?"
Depends on where you're from.
Yeah,
It does.
Asylum?
yeah. Anyway, they were like clean, no sort of trace of chemicals, any drugs, anything like that. He was perfectly clean, nothing with it. And on the news article after this story came out, there was tons of others, all talking about, "Hey, what is like supporting his claim?" Like, they were like, "I was driving on the road, saw this vehicle flash its light. I looked outside, saw it, and they were like, yeah, I just kept driving. I was too scared he would stop." And they pulled on. Others saw that they saw the white. It was towards the side. They saw the aircraft landed, and the guy there, and they were just they saw him talking. And it was really the cool thing of the story. Indrid Cold kept coming back to the man. Over time, a lot of his friends and family Woodrow's friends and family met Indrid Cold. And I know the Y-Flies, I don't know if y'all probably heard of them, most likely have, did a really cool documentary about this certain topic. But I don't know, I thought it was a cool story. What is y'all thoughts on it?
So I'm gonna be 100% honest. I was kind of distracted. They'll tell on me for you. kind of picked up here and there. It does sound like he was kind of tweaking out, and then, or like not, he wasn't on something because they did tests, nothing came back, but like it could have just been neurological. And then it sounds like people picked up on it, thought it was cool, made it a trend.
Yeah.
Because like you hear a bunch of stuff nowadays, it's like, oh well, I did this, and then you scroll on for the next 40 minutes, and it's everyone else doing the exact same thing.
Yeah. I don't know. It was the only issue I see with that. He kept the story up, and dude, he was harassed. Like, because Indrid Cold kept going back and meeting him, he said it got so obnoxious to him. Like, not obnoxious to him, but the people, the phone calls, because everyone was wanting to see Indrid Cold. So, like, newscasts, everyone like that was always there. And he said it was like constant phone calls, constantly, because people were just harassing and annoying him, just trying to find more information on Indrid Cold. He was like, he said, I hated every moment of it. His friends and family hated every moment of it. It caused some serious issues for him.
Oh, I bet.
So, I don't know. It's one of those things, it's really kind of interesting. We got a commenter says, funny story about Mothman. I was night catfishing and I scared myself into thinking that's who was watching me. Turns out
I'm going to assume that this is my mother.
this is your mother.
Okay, yeah, I think I remember hearing this. She goes catfishing at night a lot with John.
Turns out it was just a crane watching her, being over dramatic. Just saying, the feeling of being watched scares the crap out of me.
Yeah.
So it's not the fear of being watched. It's like if someone's far, far away and they're just staring me down, I don't got a problem. It's whenever they can actually interact with me easier. So if you're closer than 12 foot
Yeah.
and I'm going to take a longer time to react, that is whenever it starts to push my boundary.
I know a guy, I'm not going to name names, but while we're talking, he'll be like, because every once in a while I'll see him very rarely. He just goes up to me and sits down, and we'll have a few chats, and he'll just go. And we'll just start like staring, like when he's not conversation, he'll do.
That's something I can deal with. I can't deal with seeing somebody anywhere and them staring at me, because then I'm like, what are they thinking right now? Are they coming after me? What do I need to do?
I don't know. It scares the crap out of me because he would just go. We'd be talking. He'd give me conversation. Yeah, like this happened to me on this day and something like that. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And then I'll go to conversation, finish it, but I won't get any words back. So I think I'm like, oh, probably the conversation is over. I wonder if he's gonna start a new one, or I'm gonna try to start one. And he just goes. And then I try to start a new one, but he then just still stares for a bit. Then like, still like 15 seconds later, continues.
That now, like that would probably bother me more if you're having conversation and they just don't
If they just
respond.
stop
Yeah.
talking and they're just like staring. That, no.
I could understand if he frequently zoned out, but if he was like fully conscious and just
Yeah, kind of. Yes, like that. It was like,
and now I'm curious on who this is.
I'll tell you all after stream. It's no one y'all know. He's in Kentucky. He's in Urban, but
Irvin's small.
that's true. So that's always really, really interesting. I don't know. What do y'all think? Like aliens, all that, or from a biblical standpoint, what do y'all see those as?
So I'm gonna move from my experience and then to the biblical standpoint. So my father is like obsessed with aliens.
Fairness, who is?
And like he'll go to sleep listening to documentaries of it, and his TV's quite loud, so I'll hear it through the vents.
Yeah.
So I have to wear headphones because I don't want to always be listening to it, because my opinion on them and from my biblical standpoint, demons are always trying to make you believe in something else. They're always trying to make you waver. So if you make a contact with said alien and you see it, talk to it, whatever, you're gonna be like, all right, aliens are real. Now if this alien says, I've been around the galaxy, there is no God, all right, there goes your belief in God.
Yeah.
So my personal belief is that aliens are a form of demon, and they're just trying to shake your faith.
Absolutely. I know that's a really interesting area to cover because it's something more and more. Aliens were like a whole thing, like, oh my goodness, people are nutcases. It's just some fake stories. But every single year, aliens become more and more believed. It becomes less of something fake, and more people start believing. And it's interesting because is it real? Yeah. No, actually, one of the commenters is exactly right. Congress was like, "Yeah, aliens are real one day," and everyone breezed past it like 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
It's weird. I have my firm belief that something is real, but when I think about it, I lean towards more Mason's belief. There's too many sightings of it for it to be just a huge hoax.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, some of the stories are most likely hoaxes. Like the CIA has proven that they do fake whistleblowers to destroy the credibility of alien stories. Well, why would they openly be willing to do that if it's just some fake belief? Why does it matter?
Quickly, because I'm not too much on the like CIA. What's a whistleblower? Is it just like a story, or is it?
Okay, so say I work for the CIA. I've worked for the CIA my entire life, and I got so high up there, I saw alien aircraft, and that was kind of like a whole job. I was doing that. Well, then say I leave, and then what they do is called whistleblowing. Is I blow my whistle, and I kind of just tell everyone about what happened. I give the full story, everything about it. And sometimes whistleblowers are still working for like government agencies or something like that. It's just that's kind of the gist of it. Which once they do it is super dangerous because CIA knows who it is. They're usually out to get them.
So it's just someone who they rank up high. They decide they don't want to do that anymore. They got a bunch of this classified information, and they're like, let's leak it.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Like Bob Lazar, Area 51, things like that.
Yeah.
That was kind of the main guy that did it.
Okay.
What do you think, Cadence?
I think that I don't spend time researching aliens, so I think I have no idea.
Yeah. Any any sort of belief about it? Darkly us. We gotta guess.
You just walked in.
Yeah.
Sir, there's a camera there.
Yeah, there is. Man, Twitch is on one delay.
Yeah, no, it really is.
Yeah, many apologies to those on Twitch. We might not
Many
respond.
apologies to everyone.
Yeah, we have no idea what we're doing. But mainly Twitch because it is really delayed. From what I see, it keeps buffering.
Oh, that's just because that's on that screen. Twitch is actually doing better than that. It's just because you're on the stream manager screen.
Mm-hmm.
The more you know. It's the same when I do Facebook live streams. You do it. If you go to the stream manager on laptop, it still says you're in the intro rolling when you're at the end. Part of it, I don't really know why they would, but there's a lot of delay for it, which is weird, but yeah. So, anything else? What do you want to talk about?
Honestly, not much, but I do know you come up with more questions.
Did not come up with more questions.
I thought you did.
No, I tried to find some questions and I could not find any. But if you guys in the comments, YouTube or Twitch, have any questions, then you guys can comment those questions and we can answer those. Hopefully accurately as well.
Yeah. Accurately enough to
make sense.
Pre-high school education.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, not the brightest minds here. Except for me.
All right. So that's what we call pride.
Vikings!
That's what we call dramatic.
Yes! Okay.
Who said Vikings?
Who do you think?
Oh, my mother.
No.
So, okay. Huge band. I love them. My dad loves them more. Have y'all heard Peyton Parrish?
Yes, I've mainly his "Let It Go" song.
It's so good.
It's like it's Disney, it's like that, but he just makes it better.
Oh, okay.
Actually, really quickly, you know who you are, the one who commented about Vikings. We're gonna have to have you come up here one day and talk about everything that you told me, because she's got some really good stuff on it.
On Vikings?
Yes,
I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard of someone having good stuff on Vikings.
she
So I'm really
watches
intrigued. Like, Vikings
so
are
many
cool. Don't get me
documentaries. That's
wrong,
the thing.
but someone into depth about that. That's new to me. So yeah, Peyton Parrish is a heavy metal rock singer that sings a lot of time Viking musics.
Yeah.
But every once in a while has taken a toll and has started doing like Disney songs.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
I think he's got a. I think he has "Make a Man" from Mulan.
Yeah.
Make a man.
No, that's what it's called.
I'll make a man out of you.
Whatever. I think he has a couple from Ariel. I don't know. He takes like real, like definitely more feminine side songs. He's like, all right, we're gonna inject it full of testosterone.
The bass is just booming. Oh, it's amazing.
Okay, so what's your favorite song from Peyton Parrish?
Oh. Okay, so I like the Ragnarok.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like you're in the gym, he's
Yes.
chanting that adrenaline.
That is true. All right, question. Favorite song?
All time or just Peyton Parrish?
All time.
All time. Ooh.
Oh, she's checking her Amazon. Yep, Spotify. There we
I
go.
think it's on Spotify.
Please don't play any. I don't want to get.
Not
Yeah,
playing.
don't.
Not playing.
Yeah, demonetize.
I've had that happen like 7 times.
Trying to think because like not all of the songs I listen to are Christian. If we lean toward Christian, how did I forget its name?
It's
Graves in the Gardens.
Nope, Crushing Snakes by Crowder.
Oh yeah.
And if not that, that's a really good question because I listen to a lot of music, but like not enough to be considered a music fanatic.
Yeah. Oh, it's just.
I listen to a lot of music.
She does listen to a lot of music. When she said she was prepping notes, she
I'm gonna
was
pull up
just
my
singing
Spotify.
full volume.
Yeah, so favorite Christian song is probably The Story I'll Tell by Naomi Rain. And then non-Christian is Ivy by Frank Ocean.
Listen, so there's a new type of genre I've gotten into.
Mm.
Mason knows what type it is. 'Cause I've
Yeah, it is a really good genre. I completely forgot about it.
So if you're a fan of rock music, which I hope at least one of you on there are, Irish rock. It sounds odd, but it is really, really good. Dropkick Murphys, people like that. Holy cow, can they sing? Now, if you're wanting to go Christian side, ooh. I know technically they're not Christian, but I love like a Creed or something like that. Don't give me too much backlash for saying that. They're pretty good. Did you find one, Mason?
She's making fun of my
I'm
playlist.
not. I listen to half the songs in that playlist.
See a therapist.
Thanks.
They're modern music. I'm still stuck in the
Yeah.
90s.
All right. Listen here, bud.
I listen to 80s. You know that.
every once in a while. You do a lot of Disney though.
Yeah, I do love me some Disney.
And what's the Greatest Showman?
Oh, yeah. That is Disney.
That's Disney.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
That makes.
I was
sense,
a theater kid.
Oh. Theater kids, jeez.
Yeah, I can't really pick one out of there.
Well, we think we want to talk ideas.
I have none.
Okay, Dustin actually left. That was weird. We had a visitor that just walked in, just stared at us for,
like
Like 20
solid 3
minutes?
minutes.
and then just awkwardly just walked away. So I don't really know.
There is. I mean, we could not be asking, the 3 viewers on Twitch.
We have 3 on YouTube.
Yay!
Hello.
Woo.
The short one. It's the short one.
Hey.
Hello, the short one.
Hi.
Any topics on whatever platform you may be on? Because honestly, we've.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
How's your sermons coming along?
Oh, I'm not. Oh,
Mine is actually finished.
What are you talking about, Frit?
for the one like tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Really quickly, I'm going to explain to you guys. So at our school, we do a class in the morning. It's called Spiritual Formation. And about every 2 weeks, we have to do a presentation on a certain verse or a certain chapter in a book. This week, we have all been given a choice to pick out a verse from John chapter 3. And I am talking about John 3:17.
Verse right after the famous one.
Yes.
This is.
It's the continuation. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah,
You know that saying, or blood's thicker than water. You know, they have these like little skimmets of it, but they never say the actual thing. So the full for curiosity killed the cat is curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. Or blood is thicker than water. The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb.
Oh, hold on. I found a really cool one talking about that. It was like one day I was in literal shock.
As you look for that, the John 3:16, you know, every Christian knows it, or majority do. 17 is like the rest of it. I personally don't know it. You should know it by now.
I do know it. Hopefully I get it word for word. But it is, for God did not send his son to condemn the world, but in hopes that he might save it, I think. That's what it says.
Yeah. Oh, woohoo! All 4 viewers.
Yeah. There you go. Any questions, comments, things like that?
Question.
But you never talked about how it was going.
Questions,
Miss Kaylee
comments?
says favorite Bible verse and why.
Ooh.
Flip.
All right, Mason, go first.
So it's got to be like my life verse, live day by day by it. Joshua 1:9.
I was waiting for it.
I have commanded you, haven't I? Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified or discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Yes, I am of a bigger stature. I'm broad in the shoulders. I may be intimidating to people like Cadence's size, but I'm
literally only 5'3".
and I'm 6'2".
Only 5'3".
But there are several things that I am scared of. So that's like hey, why are you scared of it? It's a cat. But it's just like that underlying reassurance. Like, you don't have to be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Absolutely. Cadence, what about you?
So I'm not completely sure why this verse is my favorite, but it is Titus 1:15. To the pure all things are pure, but to those who are defiled and unbelieving nothing is pure, but even their mind and conscience are defiled. When I first started reading Titus, I was reading with his sister and his sister. We did a whole Bible study, and that was the only verse. All of them stuck out, but that one mainly. Honestly, I feel like it kind of reverts back to my family. That might be why it's one of my favorites.
Okay. Oh, jeez. So, I've always, the book of Romans, taken this from my dad. It's a really good book, and I really enjoy it. And, of course, the verse from there it's a pretty famous one. Romans 6:23. It's John 3, pretty much. For the wages of sin is, or 3:16. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life in Christ Jesus our Lord. It always says, it's just always stuck out to me. I was reading, I was like, that verse means a lot. It really is.
It's like your dad's sermons. He's like, all right, we're going to title this something that they're going to want to stay. One of his sermons was, "You're useless."
Oh yeah.
And then by the end, he changed the title. It was like, "You're useless, but if you have Jesus, not so much."
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what that verse reminded me of. It started out, and you're like, "Wow, that sucks."
Harsh.
Wages of sin is death. Got it. But then in the end, it's like, yeah.
But it's a meaningful verse that really does mean a lot to me. Well, do we want to end it there and go back on Friday?
Sure. Because we'll probably pull together something within the day and a half.
If you guys have questions, we're probably going to post something on Instagram to let you guys go on and say whatever you need to say or ask anything you need to ask. Because obviously we are struggling.
Yeah.
So we'll post that. If you guys have questions, feel free to get on there and say something. He's running because he has to end it.
yeah, there's a suggestion box on Twitch. We'll post something on Instagram. Leave it in the comments on YouTube, and we'll try and see you on the next one.